SmackDown Live this week, uh, August 2nd, 2016, begins with showing a recap of Randy Orton RKOing Brock Lesnar on Raw, and then being protected by cops. Oh, God. So, what you're telling me is that even though Randy Orton is trying to prove that he can beat and contend with the Beast, you want to protect him from the Beast by having cops and security all around. That's basically saying that Orton has little to no chance against this Beast, especially since it's just like, okay, keep a lookout for Brock. Keep a lookout for Brock. Don't let him in here. Don't let him in here. Follow Randy. Protect him. Come on, man. That is fucking ridiculous. They should have just went out and just said, look, I don't need anything, and have Orton do shit alone and have it. Okay, wait, I'll get to that later. So after Orton leaves, the Jizz shows up, and he does his usual complaining about he's a big star and so on and so forth and how he should be treated. So a triple threat match is announced for the #1 contendership for his Intercontinental Championship. And it's kind of funny how he was saying to Daniel Bryan, you didn't even look happy when you drafted me. Hey, I didn't draft you. I drafted the Intercontinental Championship because I wanted it on SmackDown Live. But later on in the night, it will be Baron Corbin, Kalisto, and Apollo Crews for the #1 contendership match for the Intercontinental Championship. Daniel Bryan called him Apollo Creed. I think that was kind of funny to me. And then after they dissipate, Dean Ambrose shows up, and he wants to go to the ring, and that's the way the show starts. Dean Ambrose goes to the ring, gets the microphone, and talks about his SummerSlam opponent, Dolph Ziggler. He actually wanted Dolph to come down there. Now, Dolph was like, yeah, we're similar, and he's like, we're not similar, Dolph came in with the Shield, and Dolph came in as a cheerleader, Spirit Squad, and then you have Dean Ambrose that came in with the Shield, with his Shield brothers at the time, Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, and they said they both scratched and clawed their way up and stuff, and I like the way Dean put it. He's like, look, you're worried about your image. You're worried about what these people think of you. You're worried about what everyone thinks of you, the way the top thinks of you. You're worried about your hair, your style, and you dancing around, stuff like that. You want to steal the show. And he was trying to hype up that Dolph is the complete underdog, so Dolph has something to fucking prove. And, okay, everybody knows that Dolph is pretty good in the ring, and he can sell like a motherfucker. But having it hyped up like that, it's kind of a good move because it kind of makes things personal because these are two faces going against each other at SummerSlam. Dolph, he's like, look, I can beat you. I can prove I can beat you, and that usual stick. Yeah, I'm the man that's going to beat you. And then Ambrose is like, no, you're not. You're just not. And that's Ambrose leaves. Bray fucking Wyatt attacks Dolph Ziggler and makes a proposal. Yeah, I challenge you, and if I beat you, I take your place at SummerSlam. Okay, fine. So that is set for the main event, especially when Dolph demands it from Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan, saying that, hey, you don't think I can do it? You don't think I can beat him? And that gets talked about for the rest of the fucking night. So, you have, and people were cheering for Bray, by the way. Just saying. So, you have the triple threat match for the #1 contendership for the Intercontinental Championship. Kalisto, Apollo Crews, and Baron Corbin. I would have loved for Baron Corbin to win this match. It was a pretty cool triple threat match. But Apollo Crews is a winner? I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready for the Intercontinental Championship. Yes, he's a good showman and stuff like that. But Apollo is missing something. He's missing the killer instinct, really, in order to do anything. Even though The Miz is no match for Apollo Crews in a wrestling sense and as far as athletic ability. He's just not. But as far as Apollo being ready to carry the Intercontinental Championship, that remains to be seen. I just hate the fact that The Miz has held this title ever since the night after WrestleMania. He's barely done anything. He's barely defended it. And when he has defended it, it's either his wife helped him out, or it's a triple threat, or a four-way match where he hardly does any fucking work in a match. I hope that this, yeah, in my opinion, he just has to cough up the title. He just does. Even if Apollo Crews isn't ready, I just can't take anyone seriously at this point with the Intercontinental Championship. Damn shame, too. Apollo Crews just needs a little bit more time. So, Becky Lynch versus Eva Marie never takes place because Eva Marie takes like a fucking hour to get to the fucking ring, and then she fakes a damn injury. If you're gonna treat your women's division like this, you might as well just say fucking just call them the Divas again, because that is some fucked up ass shit. I mean, damn it. Why is Becky being treated like this? She is good in the fucking ring. And then you put Eva Marie? Fuck that, man. Fakes an injury just to get out of a match. That's basically the female Miz at this point. Talks all this shit, does nothing, hides, fakes injuries, whatever. Anyway. American Alpha beats the Vaudevillains. This is just basically to showcase the American Alpha if you're unfamiliar with them. That's basically what this was. And who did the Vaudevillains really piss off? Okay, maybe this is a little punishment for injuring Enzo Amore, but the Vaudevillains, man, they've been on a big decline. Can we ever take them seriously? I mean, I don't know. But American Alpha reminds me of the world greatest tag team, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. And Shelton Benjamin is returning, by the way. If he teams up with American Alpha and have them run SmackDown, oh God, that would be fucking outstanding if that happens. But American Alpha, they need to stop screaming in the ring, really. We get it, you're excited. But tone it down a notch. Just, yeah. So AJ Styles basically was going to go to the ring and talk about John Cena and address C Nation. And Cena comes out right at the beginning of it. And AJ Styles, why did he sound like a little fucking baby at this point? He sounded like a crybaby. But he did talk about the C Nation. Yeah, the kids, the parents, and I beat John Cena, and you guys want to raise your kids, and like everyone gets a trophy, and you got to earn it. Well, I beat John Cena at Money in the Bank. Where's my trophy? And yeah, Cena, why are you still here? Everybody keeps asking this question to Cena, or he keeps addressing Cena why he's there, and so on and so forth. So you knew the answer was coming. Even AJ knew that the answer was coming. He's there out of love. Cena is there out of love. Yeah, he wants to be there. He loves being there. He always wanted to do this ever since he was a little child. And that okay, fine. He does it for the sake of the parents and the sake of the children. And you know, that's basically it in a nutshell. He didn't say that word for word, but that's basically it in a nutshell. And AJ Styles like, yeah, I knew you'd say that. And he challenges him for SummerSlam one-on-one, no club. Even though the club is probably going to be lurking somewhere, it's a SummerSlam event, so there's going to be Raw and SmackDown Live there on the same show. And yeah, that challenge, just a challenge for SummerSlam, and everybody knew that was coming. Duh. Orton faces Fandango. Tyler Breeze is out there. He even got involved. He gets a power slam for his troubles. This is a basic Orton-esque match. That was it. A little bit of offense by Fandango, but to showcase all the moves of Randy Orton, while security was around the ring protecting him from a beast encounter, which happens anyway. Brock Lesnar shows up, distracts Randy Orton. Yes, he hit the RKO on Fandango. Brock jumps the rail. Nobody stops him. They don't gang up on him. Nothing. He gets up in there. F5. You know, F5s him and he leaves. Doesn't even get hemmed up or whatever. Or, well, maybe all those security officers would have got thrown and suplexed everywhere. But I just think it's kind of funny that Randy Orton is supposed to be a threat to this beast just because of the RKO. Just because of that move alone, they say that he can beat the beast or he's capable of beating the beast just because of the RKO. Is that all the offenses he's going to have at SummerSlam? He's just going to get thrown around and get one RKO in and win? Anyway, that's just... So Heath Slater says he's the hottest free agent around, interrupts Daniel Bryan, and Daniel Bryan was like, yeah, okay, all right. You want a job here? You got a match next week against... And then in the office, Rhino gores fucking Heath Slater. Yeah, against Rhino, against him. Gore. So it's going to be a match for a contract next week. Will Rhino job to Heath Slater? We'll wait and see. So Carmella is walking down in the ring and gets basically no reaction and is annoying on the hell on his microphone because she challenged Natalya earlier in the night and Natalya attacks her in the middle of the aisle. Thank you. I didn't want to see them in the ring. I just didn't. So she attacks her from behind, puts the sharpshooter on her, and walks away. She took care of business. Fuck that shit, all right? Again, this just reminds me of the Divas division, not the women's division. And plus, there's no women's champion on their show. Oh, well. So, you get Dolph Ziggler versus Bray Wyatt, and if Wyatt wins, Wyatt is the #1 contender. Now, this is a pretty good match. Early in the match, it looked like Bray Wyatt was injured during a roll-up on his left ankle. You could see it as clear as day. When Dolph rolled him up, his ankle got caught, and it's like, ooh. Bray Wyatt keeps getting injured. He has to duck and dodge these injuries if he's going to work his way up the ladder and get the world championship someday. But during the match, and this kind of bothered me, Bray Wyatt wanted to expose the turnbuckle, but didn't do it. Dolph Ziggler hits the zigzag, Bray Wyatt kicks out. The match still goes. And then Dolph Ziggler actually turns off the fucking turnbuckle pad. And actually uses it against Bray Wyatt with no disqualification being called. I did not understand that. If Bray would have used it for a DQ, fine. If Dolph wouldn't have gotten caught using the turnbuckle, fine. But it was right in front of the referee and there was no DQ. That is a big fuck up, in my opinion. So Dolph keeps his #1 contendership. I just think that was the wrong way to go about it. We still can't take him seriously. Still, this is the build up to Dolph being taken seriously for the WWE Championship, and that just they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball right there. After the match, Dean Ambrose, they have a little bit of words, shouting matches. Yeah, I'm coming for you and all that. And yeah, come and get the championship. Yeah, you're not gonna win though. You're not gonna win. They're being very smug about that. Then Eric Rowan comes out and attacks Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose goes in the ring and fends off Eric Rowan until Bray jumps in and they both lay out Ziggler and Ambrose. So this is not over by any means. And I guarantee you people were like, where's Luke Harper? Form the Wyatt family. I think Luke Harper is still injured. He's going to be gone for a while. So you have Eric Rowan and Bray Wyatt smack dab back together. And we're back where we started with him. It would have been cool if SummerSlam would have turned into a triple threat match, but it looks like that's not going to happen. It's just going to be one-on-one. And it's just, like I say, it was the way Dolph won the match. I don't agree with that. That was just, there should have been something else done. Like I said, if Dolph would have used some heel-type tactics and didn't get caught by the referee and used the turnbuckle, that would have been golden. But it was right in front of the referee, and I don't understand. So, anyway, more SummerSlam build-up from this episode of SmackDown Live. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. Raw had more matches, but Raw is 3 hours. And there's just a couple of things that didn't belong on a show, like that Eva Marie shit. But, oh well. This is shaping up to be, you know, there's still no tag team championships on that show, so we can't take the tag team seriously. There's no women's division on the show for a women's championship, so you can't really take that shit seriously. We got a number one contender for the Intercontinental Championship that, in my opinion, doesn't deserve it yet. We have an Intercontinental Champion that sucks. He just fucking sucks, and that doesn't deserve anything. The two basic matches from SmackDown that anyone's looking forward to now is the championship match and Cena versus Styles. And that's it. So we'll see in a couple of weeks how well the build-up still goes. But as of right now, it's totally lackluster. So, drop kicks, by slams, throwing motherfuckers over the top rope. Both feet hitting the floor. Yes, I'm a wrestling fan. This is the theme, and I'll see you later. Credits.